Hello, my friends. Jacob is here once again. Thank you for pressing play, for spending a little time with me. Thank you for being patient. Oh my goodness, I'm so sad. I tried to do a live stream today and it was like a nightmare. Yeah, it was like everything that could have went wrong. I don't know. It's a big storm going on. I don't know. Maybe the computer's gunked up with some other stuff, so I'm recording it. I'm doing the show this way. Maybe it was meant to be this way. I don't know. I'm happy that you're all here. I'm happy that you pressed play because, if 2020 was the greatest movie of all time, which I've been saying it would be, and it is, right? It just got stranger. This is even weird for 2020, okay, people? So I hope you're buckled up because we got a lot to talk about. We got like this strange cosmic heartbeat. Yeah, coming from space, connected, synced up with the black hole. Oh, that's not all though, folks. We got new information about Oumuamua. There was like an asteroid that just like buzzed by us. That's nothing. Compared to what I'm going to get into today. So I hope you buckled up. Mysterious heartbeat detected coming from cosmic cloud. A cosmic gas cloud, that is. Yes. And it was discovered just recently, by the way, by this huge observatory. An observatory known as Arecibo. Yeah, the Fermi telescopes in Arecibo, they're connected. This is the big thing. You know, this big dish. It's famous for many, many movies, but there was a cosmic heartbeat that was discovered in this gas cloud, and for whatever reason it was synced with a black hole. Yeah, an international team of researchers used this data from Arecibo Observatory and the Fermi Space Telescope, and they've discovered what they call a gamma ray heartbeat. That's right, the stuff that makes the Hulk turn green, coming from a cosmic gas cloud. That's probably, headed our way. That's what they say. And this information challenges a lot of stuff. Very strange. It's very strange. But what's really strange is that the information is released and then just like moments later, the very place that recorded all this information, it was like destroyed or something. It's like blown up. That's right. The investigation into why a cable mysteriously broke has begun. It's very strange. They don't understand. They're not sure what really happened. They're not really sure what happened. But let me tell you about this observatory because I remember it from the movie Contact with Jodie Foster. In the early 1990s, it was used to detect the first space planets, right? Then it was like received a facelift. It got like a big, huge, like multi-million-dollar upgrade. And it became very, very sensitive. And like the movie, it started picking up radio signals, fast radio bursts. We talked about them, FRBs, right? We had one that was like out there just a couple of years ago, and we're like, what is it? It's weird. Every movie starts with this, and then there's the, the fake alien invasion or the alien invasion, whatever you believe. I don't want to upset anybody because I don't know what's real. This is a strange life we're living. Just a little while ago, I started talking about that one radio burst that was repeating, right? It was like in a 16-day cycle. It was. Remember, we did all these videos, and we got to understand that perhaps maybe this was kind of pointing us in the direction of Revelation chapter 16, which talks about God pouring out His wrath, and then everything happened. So it's very strange, right? The timing of everything, but this fast radio burst. By the way, recently we found one within our solar system. So it's like this signal's getting closer, right? So strange. Let's get back to the heartbeat for a second, okay? Because what's weird about this is that one of my favorite Marvel villains, Galactus, he's making the rounds on the news. Scientists find mysterious heartbeat in galactic gas cloud. And everybody's making the jokes about Galactus is coming because an international team of scientists have made this huge, shocking discovery. It was published, by the way, in Nature Astronomy, and they found that there's a heartbeat, yeah, coming from this guy, like as if they're synced up. That's the weird thing, because it comes from this black hole. Remember the black hole? You know what a black hole is? A bottomless pit, right? And we know we got a picture of this black hole, which was theoretical. About 100 years or so ago, Einstein said black holes may exist. We didn't know for a fact. We thought they did, right? We were raised to believe they were because theoretically it made sense. But now we got a picture of one. This one. And there's some weird stuff that's connected to this black hole, right? It was like sealed up for thousands of years, and just recently it just exploded. After 1,000 years, the bottomless pit was opened. I talked about this, and it was like shot out a bunch of like, all of its stuff, because basically it's eating all of this dust from stars and it's sucking everything up. And every once in a while it like gives a cosmic burp. After 1,000 years, it did this back in like 2016, and they finally reported on it just a little while ago. But what's weird about all this is that this galactic heartbeat is supposedly linked. It's like attached to this black hole. So the black hole in this gas cloud, it's the same rhythmic beat, which is strange. Now, if you know anything about Galactus, Galactus is an entity, right? A space entity. It was pictured very much like this guy right here, this spooky, huge guy. And if you remember correctly, back in the remake of Fantastic Four, the sequel, the one back a little while ago, I think like 2013, 2012, The Rise of the Silver Surfer. Well, Silver Surfer comes down. There's the Fantastic Four. If you see the movie, it's a good kids movie. It's not a great movie as superhero movies go. It's not up there with Endgame, but it's a good one, right? And so Silver Surfer comes and he's like a harbinger, and he rides this surfboard, right? So before Galactus comes in, and remember, they're all making goofball jokes about this galactic gas cloud that's headed our way and calling it Galactus is coming, going to eat the Earth, right? Hence the thumbnail that I shared. Well, here's the thing. We had something that looked like a surfboard come here earlier too. I'm just using my mind. I don't have any inside information, but ironically, Oumuamua, remember a little while ago, we had this interstellar visitor. Very strange for an interstellar visitor, right? We never really had one before. They named it Oumuamua from that Hawaiian, I guess, telescope. Well, Oumuamua is, on its way, and it was always pictured very much like that. Almost looks like a little bit like a surfboard. I'm just saying, because the name Oumuamua, it means like scout arriving first. Strange. So we have all this weird stuff happening with this cosmic heartbeat. You got Oumuamua, the first one, the surfboard, the asteroid, or whatever it is. Well, guess what? There's news about Oumuamua. So we got this new news about Oumuamua, okay? So because a lot of people thought that it was just like an interstellar, like cosmic, like comet, right? Because how else did it get there? Well, they're saying, no, can't happen. The debate over this, the molecular structure of Oumuamua, has continued. And they have announced that's not what they thought. So who knows? A lot of stuff to get into. I'm not going to spend too much time on Oumuamua, but this is actually making the news. And I just found that it was a little strange, the coincidence between the two. I'm not too stressed out about the galactic cloud that has the heartbeat. I'm not thinking that it's like Galactus going to come in and eat us. But I mean, it is 2020, right? So who's to say? The debate lingers on about Oumuamua and all these strange sightings we've had, and the fact that recently, of course, They finally released the news that we do have extraworldly visitors, and we do have extraworldly visitors who have vehicles and all of this stuff. And we're trying to get to Mars, and everybody's trying to get to space, and you have all of these kooky asteroids and these meteors, and you got a lot of stuff going on. Got a lot of people freaking out. Uranus is a planet, by the way. If you want to support the channel, get yourself a mug. It'll cheer you up in the morning. Somebody's a little grumpy. You go, hey! That's all you got to do. That's all you got to do. I need to have the tea with the honey because it makes my voice feel a little better. Very difficult with the allergies, I got to tell you. Okay, so let's get back to this black hole. So the black hole had this explosion and it let out all of this stuff. Well, do you remember? Let's take a look at it first. The biggest cosmic explosion ever detected left huge dent in space. This explosion came from that bottomless pit that opened up. And like out of its mouth shot all this stuff. It's just interesting because that's right there in the scriptures as well. And then, after this happens, then the world goes bonkers and as everybody's acting crazy and everybody's acting a little nuts and angry and hateful. And you start to think, well, maybe the bottomless pit was legitimately opened. And we're in for a moment of testing and trial and tribulation. I'm just saying, it's basically what's happening. But this black hole, it was like, which is they say 390 million light years away. It exploded and it like punched a hole in like the galaxy that it was in, like 15 Milky Ways wide. Now, here's the weird thing, right? I talked about this on the other program. Ophiuchus is the name of the area that it really just ripped through. Ophiuchus, if you don't know, is that new astronomical sign. Astrological too, Supposedly now there are 13 astrological signs. Ophiuchus has always been up there. You see the man wrestling the serpents. It's a story of man wrestling an unbroken amount of time. It's the story of Christ wrestling the dragon, Ophiuchus. Very strange, right? We didn't even know about this. And why do we know about Ophiuchus now? Because a little while ago the planet shifted on its axis. The poles are shifting. It's because there's some weird stuff going on with the magnetic field. I've talked about that too. Speaking of dents, we have like a dent right now in our magnetic field. This is called the anomaly, the South American, I think, anomaly. And it's very strange, which can mess with satellites and everything else because it's not protecting that area. The solar stuff is shooting through, and it's not good for all the stuff that is in low Earth orbit around there. It's very strange. But do you remember a while ago? Because I feel like everything's connected, right? So we got this black hole, which is connected to this heartbeat of this Galactus gas cloud that's coming in. But a little while ago, everybody was talking about the dark matter hurricane. Do you remember that? I did a show about this. The dark matter hurricane will collide with Earth. That was a big story. Everybody was kind of freaked out because, to be frank, to be clear, not everybody knows if even there is such a thing as dark matter. We don't even know if it's real, but they've theorized, okay? So they've theorized, and for whatever reason, back in 2018, they were very, very concerned about this. Very concerned about it. It's almost like, I don't know, maybe something shot out of a bottomless pit, and they said, oh, it's coming our way. And then now we find this heartbeat of this galactic gas cloud, and the Twitter jokes are coming in because it's so funny, right? Galactus is going to destroy Earth. It's going to eat the Earth up. I don't want anybody to be freaked out. But this is weird. I mean, I don't even know. Who knows if it's even real? Some people would even say that there's no such thing as space. These are just things that they're saying, but you can't. It's 2020, right? So why not talk about this goofy kind of stuff? Now we are, for those people that believe that there's more to life than just this temporal world, that we are in a spiritual battle. Okay, so we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but principalities and rulers of darkness. So there's other things that go on. We know by quantum theory and by string theory and all these theories, we know that there are other dimensions. Okay, now that we have the black hole and we know that there's a black hole, we know that there is a way to get through time to another dimension. So there's supposedly 11 dimensions. I've done shows on this. I'm not gonna try to teach anybody today. But the fact is, we live in like a very we're not catching it all, right? Most of the stuff that's happening, we don't even know is happening. We get a lot of thoughts in our head. We think it's us. It could be other things. We don't know. That's why we need to take every thought captive. So if this bottomless pit was literally open, which it literally was, spiritually, a bottomless pit could have been open too. Right? And a bunch of nonsense, because in scripture they talk about these locusts that come out, and they're set to devour and destroy. And look at the way people are acting today. It's like Galactus himself has come down and is like, is like eating the earth. And we got Oumuamua came in like the Silver Surfer the first time. So say, yeah, look what's gonna happen. I'm the scout arriving first. Something's coming. And then boom, this is where we are today. It's interesting. But the good news is it's all working together for the good. That's the best part. For those that are seeking the truth, no matter what the cost. For those that are living for more. So I don't want anybody to get too stressed out. And it is a little weird that that observatory was smashed to bits for whatever strange reason, like right after it mentions this. It is strange that you have this. Let me see if I have some more information. This cloud in the constellation Aquila beats in a rhythm with a black hole 100 light years away in a microquasar system known as SS433. The results challenges obvious interpretations and is unexpected from previously published theoretical models. The thing's beating like a heart with the black hole. That's all that needs to be said. It's strange. What's stranger is that we've had all of these other things that have led up to it. All the observatories going dark, all the satellites, shutting down, the big telescopes shutting down, all the weird nonsense about, Elon Musk tweeting out things. We must pass the great filter. If people want to know what the great filter is, it's like a theory that, it's kind of like when you get to a certain point, technologically speaking, you go extinct unless you get into space travel and you move beyond. It's whatever. Hey, listen, I'm glad you all stuck around for the show today. I'm sorry about the live stream. Sorry it didn't work out. I'll get those bugs fixed. I hope you're encouraged by all this goofy talk. We're in a Marvel movie now. That's pretty cool, right? DC's cool too. I like DC. But it seems like now we got Galactus coming. So I don't think Galactus is really coming, but you get what I'm saying. It's time for us to share the truth. It's time for us to love. It's time for us to do more, because today is the day that the Lord has made, and we need to rejoice in it, not be scared. I love you, and I'll talk to you soon. Don't forget to subscribe, share, and do all that stuff for me, will you? Bye-bye.